folks, how's it going? This is Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So yesterday I was thinking, because of that tweet from Zimguru Frost where he was saying, oh well, we have to translate all this into I think 17 different languages, it made me think we're probably gonna have to wait until at least later this week or next week before we get the laundry list for April. But, well, no, it was actually announced shortly after yesterday's video that it was gonna come out April 13th, which is today. And, well, now it's out. So let's read over the top community concerns that are in this month's laundry list. So it starts off by saying, "Hi Simmers, welcome to the laundry list, where we'll share a list of the top community concerns that we're currently investigating and hope to have resolved in the upcoming patch. These concerns were reported by players who help us continue our work of improving the user experience on a regular basis. Please note that some topics can be tricky and require an extended investigation on our end, so even though we are actively investigating, it's not a guarantee that we'll have an immediate fix for it in the upcoming patch. Also note that this is just a list of the top concerns. There are more topics that we saw reported by players that are not listed and being worked on. So without further ado, here is a list of the top community concerns we're currently investigating. Discover University, social panel always saves organization tab. Yeah, I do find it annoying that it keeps going to organizations by default instead of the clubs, though it's not really that big an issue to me. Then Snowy Escape Extreme Sports, high intensity slope not registering. I was a little confused about what this one meant, so when I clicked on the link, it said that this is related to the Extreme Sports Enthusiast aspiration from Snowy Escape, and how there is one goal later on where you have to ski or snowboard at high intensity, so that's apparently not working. Next issue is gallery showing wrong packs used. Yeah, this is definitely not a good thing, so hopefully the next patch fixes that. Then city living, when using get leftovers, vegetarian sims get meat items. Yeah, this is definitely one that I've heard about, so that would be nice to be fixed as well. I don't really make that many vegetarian sims in the first place because I feel like they just tend to eat meat most of the time anyways. It might be partially because of that issue, and it could also be my fault too, but yeah, this would be very helpful if this one was fixed urgently. Vampires. Sims don't drink fish / frog pack plasma autonomously. I don't think they ever have, but if that's something that they could change so that they do drink them autonomously, then that would be good. Then with seasons, unable to complete grand meal event after eating fish dinner. That's good actually. I think I had one of those fish dinners still in my Sims fridge when I was live streaming a couple of days ago, but I had a custom grand meal from one of Ice Munmun's mods instead, so I guess that ended up being a good choice in the end. Then Discover University. Mental Magister trait has no icon, / should be hidden. I had no idea that was even a trait in the game, okay. Then with Eco Lifestyle, Maker Mentor Moodlet icon is missing. Again, this was another issue that I didn't know existed. Then we have Eco Lifestyle, Get Together, and Discover University. Traits not in club menu. So what's going on here is that traits from Eco Lifestyle and also servos with Discover University, they don't appear in the club rules at all. So yeah, I actually did download a mod a while back. I don't remember where it was from, but there was one that adds the Eco Lifestyle traits in, but I didn't know with the servo that was an issue. I just figured it was an oversight, like they just didn't do it at all, but if it's a bug where they're just not appearing, then I hope that would be fixed. And then with seasons, shower in the rain no longer works. So I didn't know this was an issue either, but that would be a pretty handy interaction to have working again, since if you're living off the grid and you want to have your sim rely on the rain for a shower, then you can't really do that. Lastly, we have with the Paranormal Stuff Pack and the Bust the Dust Kit, no dust in my haunted houses. I have heard about this being an issue, But I've heard it's also a problem with the tiny home lots in Tiny Living, if you have that stuff pack. And when I did click on that link, it went to a thread that was only talking about haunted houses, so I don't know if the dev team is simply unaware that also the tiny homes need to be fixed. But yeah, I did download a mod recently that fixes that issue. Then they finish it off by saying, "Thanks for all your patience and valuable help. Please continue telling us about any issues you're experiencing on Answers HQ. We'll continue to work on improving our transparency, and together, we can make this game the best that it can be. Happy simming." I'm really disappointed in seeing how short this laundry list is. I was hoping it'd be longer than the last one, but it seems to be about the same length, if not shorter. I mean, with the Bust the Dust kit alone, I thought they were going to address the issue where there's the relics in Jungle Adventure that give you lots of money that the Dust Bunnies can find, because that is seriously overpowered. And also the overpowered buffs, and also the sparkles that show up on the floor when your house is clean, even while in build mode. So yeah, just for Bust the Dust kit alone, this list should have been a lot longer. And there's also the issue that I mentioned yesterday about Sims cooking excessively that I know a lot of you commented saying, yep, also have the issue. And one other issue I didn't mention is that I often have the problem where if I invite a Sim outside of my household to any sort of venue, then they immediately just leave. That or just like a few minutes later, but yeah, it's a weird problem, and I think I have narrowed it down to Brindleton Bay in my Let's Play save. I think in a new save it's not a problem. I don't know, it's very weird. I still need to do more testing, but I just don't have that much time on my hands. But yeah, that's another big issue that I have, and also the broken mirror reflections, that's been going on for months. Though I did see that SimGuru Nick has made a reply to someone about that issue. Kawaii Foxita says, "Can you please prioritize mirrors and broken platforms? I appreciate gameplay bugs need fixing, and I'm glad you are doing them, but for builders, this is causing much frustration." Oh yeah, just remembered also the stairs bug that's been talked about for months too. That also wasn't on the laundry list, but I'd really love to be able to take photos of my builds without having to Photoshop in reflections. SimGuru Nick says, "I totally hear ya, that's a frustrating one. It's something we've seen on our end too, and the team is working on it. It's required an extended investigation, so it won't be fixed in the upcoming patch, but it's definitely not forgotten. Thanks for the report." Well, I'm glad that they haven't forgotten about it, but it really shouldn't be taking so long to fix this issue. It's pretty ridiculous. I actually did run into that issue a few days ago when I was streaming as well, and it made me realize that I don't use mirrors super often outside of bathrooms, but yeah, one of my Sims was using the vanity table from Vintage Glamour Stuff, and then I realized, oh, I can't really take pictures very well when I'm facing the mirror, because then the wall in the window was like, it just looked all glitched out. It was weird. So then I just had to take a picture of my Sim just facing her with putting on the eyeliner. One other major issue that I've heard about, which sounds really horrible, thankfully I have not run into it myself, but children and toddlers can apparently have romantic relationships with their parents, which I think was fixed before, but has somehow broken again. So I hope it gets fixed again in the near future. So overall, I am really disappointed in this laundry list, and maybe they should add a section where they say, okay, we don't have fixes for these issues in the near future, but we're aware of these things and we're working on trying to get them fixed, so that you don't need separate tweets to address things like the broken reflections in the mirrors. Just like what I said near the end of my video about what if The Sims 4 goes on for a decade or longer, we need more actual results, not just more transparency, because it looks like they're not really fixing bugs any quicker. We're just getting more transparency on their current process. But I would really like them to fix bugs quicker, because if they keep putting out more packs and then throwing out more kits too, especially if they put out more gameplay related kits, then it's going to get worse. They need to fix bugs quicker if the game is going to remain stable, which, yeah, it's not too great right now. It's playable. It's not as bad as, like, say, when Snowy Escape first came out, but I do worry very much about just how broken The Sims 4 could possibly get by its inevitable end. It's getting pretty crazy how many mods I have to download too to fix a lot of issues or change any weird design decisions like the clean floor sparkles, that it's getting a lot harder and harder to keep up with, okay, which one of these things are fixed, which one of these I still need in my game whenever a new patch comes out. Speaking of patches, I think the next one is pretty close. Like, not this week, but hopefully next week we'll get it, and we'll get some bug fixes and those 2 new hairstyles, and we'll see how much of that stuff that was also leaked from that Inside Maxis broadcast will end up coming to fruition this month. And that wraps up another Sam's Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below on April's laundry list. And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest gaming content, including life simulations and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!